Howdy everyone. Okay, welcome to video 15 of my 25 days of Christmas. In 10 days, it's Christmas, so only 10 more videos to go. I am doing this video on the 13th of December. This is Pure Cure from Tea Expert. It was in my Amazon haul that I uploaded and set to public today. I'm going to give it a try. I already know how Resincrete works, and I'm hoping that this is the same as Resincrete, or perhaps even a better product. I don't know, because I exclusively use Tea Expert's epoxy resins, whether they're the shallow pour or the deep pours. I just find that it's a better product than all the others I've tested, and I am not sponsored by any of these people or companies. I am not getting paid for any of this. These are just my own personal thoughts and opinions. This is going to still be a Christmas pour, though there were not any Christmas molds in this particular package. So I am going to use one of these molds as a Christmas pour. I don't like the idea that this one is so warped. However, I plan on using a popsicle stick to flatten it, and I will use clamps to keep it flat. So I'm going to set that aside. I am going to pull out these colors here. I will actually only need the red and the green. It sounds like my husband has gotten home with dinner. So I'm going to pause you right here and go. And I'll be right back. Alright everybody. Now before I begin this here, I'm going to go ahead and finish off this stag. It deserves a way to be hung, so that's what I'm going to do. I am going to put this beautiful blue. It looks purple on the other side, but it's the blue that counts. So I'm going to try to arrange it so that, boy, ribbon never ever listens to you. It really doesn't. But so that the blue shines. So what we're going to do is, because there is no real hanging area on this, I'm going to put it in the spot I think is going to work best. And that will keep it upright. And the way to do this so that it hangs real proper is to leave that antler right there as part of the pull-up, so that this goes behind, and there we go right there. So now we just want to go ahead and put a knot in this to be able to hang it. And just a simple little twist through. Simple. Never say simple. That'll mess you up every time. Oh, come back here now. I just got through eating dinner a little bit ago, so my stomach's not quite right. McDonald's does that to you every time these days, I think. But it was having to be a quick dinner because my husband was out of town on a delivery and got back late, and well, that's the way life is, right? Okay, I had the scissors right here. Let's see if we can pay attention. Okay, there we go. And so, one hanging stag. And that will go on my tree. I'm planning still on a live because it's just something I'd already had planned, and it's a distraction for everything else that's going on right now. And, well, that's just it. Okay, the stag is done. I'm going to hand that off to my assistant husband assistant, whichever. I'm going to get my mask on, and we are going to measure out some of this Pure Cure. Now, I doubt very much that the mold I did finally choose, which is this one right here, is going to take very much. It is still not a flat mold, but I'm hoping the weight will flatten it out the rest of the way. Okay, I have my scale. And of course this is, like with Resin-Crete, by weight. And I'm going to probably use 200 grams, that means 60 grams of water. So what I want to do is find my water. There it is. This water here, this is my filtered water from a 99.9% filtration system. I do not worry about using, distilled water. I knew there was a name for it. And I'm going to measure out this Pure Cure first. I do want to try to put red. Let's get those dyes out first. Shake them all up first so that. Whoa! Yes. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. Try to get, I'm going to use the white of this and the red and green for some Christmas colors. And so I have the green, I have the red. I'll get these shook up. Wow, I'm just making a mess everywhere. And yes, you do want to shake them because I found that with the J. Diction ones, if you don't shake it, you get clumps. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put the powder in there. Wow, this does look really kind of different from the J. Diction's Resin-Crete. So let's see how this goes. First, Morris, turn it on. Make sure it is tared. It's on grams, so 200 grams is my goal. I got 36. Maybe, I don't know. I know 100 grams won't fill that. Not after working with the Resin-Crete. Um, 150 grams? Let's try that. You don't have to be completely precise, but the better option is just to stay as precise as possible. So we have 150 grams. I'm going to go ahead and close this up. Now remember, there's very little working time to this, just like with the resin-crete. So I'm going to use 2 separate cups to divide this into. And so since I have 150 grams of this, I need 45 grams of water. Okay, so let's get another cup and measure some water. One second, please. Alright, so I chose this little cup. It has been tared out for that little cup. 45 grams of water coming up. Ooh, maybe people should use the toilet before they start pouring water. Almost there. Okay, I've gone to 46. That's fine. It does work to have really large caps for these things. Anyway, now before I start mixing this, I want separate sticks for these. I have these really short sticks. I don't know where I've gotten them from, but they definitely don't really fit down in those cups very well. So we're going to fit a couple of larger ones down in there, because I think the skinnier ones are a little too skinny to be effective. Alright, so try not to knock that over. Now we still need one for mixing. Not that one. Let's just go with this one. Okay, so I want to get these open. I don't want to make that mistake. And we don't want that falling in like the resin-crete ones did into my last go around with eco stuff. And yes, I should be wearing gloves. There is something else I forgot to do. Put gloves on. And my hands are beginning to itch slightly, so they are getting irritated. Try to get this piece off of there so that when I go to close it up, there we go. So, green over on this side, red to this side. Okay, now this isn't as dangerous as using the poly. You have a little bit more work time than the polyurethane resins. So what we're going to do now is dump a little bit in, begin to stir. And you'd think, oh my gosh, that is so little water for all of that. And weirdly enough, it's not. It's making squishy, weird sounds. Now I want to try to get all the way to the bottom. Get all the powder incorporated. Now if you feel like it's too thick for your purposes, you can add a smidge more water, and only a smidge. Yeah, it's still thick down there. I can feel it. I don't like using these large sticks because they really don't get down in the cracks and crevices of these kinds of cups that are not fully flat bottom. Scrape your sides. Make sure your mixing stick or spatula gets flat against the walls to get some of that off of the walls and off your stick. And I'm mixing this like I do the resin-crete. Feels really thick. I'm going to go ahead and add that little smidge of water. So I'm going to tear this out. Turn this on and have it tear it out. Okay. So Okay, 5 more grams of water. Excuse me, my throat's getting a little froggy again. I wish that frog would move out of my throat. That feels slightly better, more liquefied. Okay, we're going to pour some of this into this water cup so that we have our white. And I do want mostly white, so we're going to pour the rest between these 2 cups. But see, there's another clumpies. Luckily, it's slightly forgiving if it's like resin creep, so let's get this dye in. Try to get it as green as I can. Get this one in. I'm going to have my husband stir one while I get this one here. He's helping me go faster. Now I don't want this to look pink, I want it to look red. And I don't want the green to look minty, I want it to look green. So I'm going to throw a little bit more of this in. Now you're only supposed to put so much of this in as well. So you can't go, oh boy, we need that a little bit darker. Okay. I probably just risked it, but I don't care. Okay, before it starts thickening, let's get this swept off of here. It's a little bit less red than I want it to be, but we don't want to add so much that it interferes with its curing process. Okay, got that one. I'm going to set this just on my mat here, and my experience is those dyes have a horrible, well, it's still minty green, but oh well. Now let's see if I can do this. We're going to pinch this one. We're going to remove the stick so it doesn't flop down into everything. And I'm going to pinch this one, and we're going to play funsies. Okay, here we go. Did I get any green and red in there at all? Uh-oh, the red's thickening. Quick, I need another mold. I need another mold, need another mold. Ta-da! Let's get it out. Boy, you add that other, and I'm telling you, when you add all that dye, the white is still flowing. See if I can get these sticks proper. Red. Now if it doesn't go well, I can always make terrazzo out of it, so that's helpful, right? Whoops. Now we're supposed to give this a shimmy and a shake. So I want to try to get it to the edges here. As I said, can always make it a terrazzo. Well, this stuff has not got as much working time. I like it. but they need to give you a better, see, I don't know what's going on with that. So let's try to get some more of this in here. I'll just lay it like that. Okay, let's shimmy and shake it. Try to release the bubbles. See, that white is a lot more liquidy. Well, let's take some of this over to here. And take some of this over into here. Boy, I'm making a good mess. I like this. I feel like a kid again. Can I play in the mud, Mommy? Okay, just don't eat the worms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I cut my finger in the other one. Ha ha. Try to make sure there's... And then let's try to lay this a little flatter. Okay, I see some bubbles coming and popping. Alright, I think that's going to have to do it for now. Let's get these here closed up. I'm going to use my black, I know the name of it, Honest People, I do. I'm just in a rush. Finished doing this. Shaking everything in the house. Pretty cute. Anyway, acrylic sheet. I'm good, honest. Okay, I'm going to pause you while this cures. I'll be back soon. Alright, everybody. Had to do a little bit of cleanup. This dye does stain, but I found that on silicone I was able to remove it with a spritz of 99% alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, and so I'm happy about that. So these should be ready to be demolded. This one was the least set when I left, so I'll wait for a moment to do that one. Let's do this one I had to pour extra. And it's such a bad mold. But it came with the kit. There's nothing I can do except not use it again. I will have to do some cleanup on the edges. I'm just seeing if there's anything transferring to me from the dye. And there is a little bit. So it'll have to be washed after it cures completely. Oh, hey! That turned out pretty okay there. Just bring it up, let you take a better look. It still feels damp, but it is set and hard. It's cold, but wow, I like that side better. Actually, I think this side turned out pretty good too. Okay, so let's set that one aside. Set that mold to the side for cleanup. And let's try this one, and hopefully it doesn't break apart trying to demold it. It's a nice little coaster that had been filled properly, and It's a little rocky. Had a nice talk with my middle son today. Matter of fact, I just got off the phone with him a few minutes ago. And he's offered to go to where my oldest son is, his brother, and go to offer the hospital to be tested for a kidney transplant if necessary. So things are okay looking that way. It does have the misshaped edge there because of the mold, but oh yeah, that turned out pretty bad. It looked like the green just did not make it in there hardly at all, and pretty much only when I was adding it in here and touching the bottom. So I missed that pretty much completely. Next time I'll try it a little bit differently. Maybe pour a little bit from each one separately. But all in all, it's still damp for sure, but it is set. So all in all, I think it's a good contender for Resincrete. So T-Expert Pure Cure, I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up. Alright, you guys have been excellent. Thank you for watching. I'll share some more information about what's going on with my eldest, and in the next videos, I'll let you know how he's doing and what's going on with all of that. So I appreciate very much your taking time to watch my videos. As I said, this is my escape from realities at times. Got to get your mind off of things sometimes, and today's been one of those days. Thumbs up if you liked it. Okay, thumb up or thumb up. They don't give you 2. But I'm sorry. Thank you to my subscribers and those who have recently subscribed. I appreciate you. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the well wishes that you've sent me on my video explaining everything. And you guys are just, I don't know, fantastic. There are a couple of bubbles. I just noticed that, just there, and then there's one there. But one here, for the most part, it turned out pretty good. Okay, comment below and share if you think it's worthy to be shared. Alright, peace out everyone.